Afternoon, it's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the New York Mets. Alongside first pitch moments away, and today on the hill, number 26. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
That's out. Just missed. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Mauricio hauls it in for the out, and there's one away. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Now, with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
1 out, base is empty. Up the middle, and that chance handled to first. That takes care of Connor Falefa.
Batting third, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact and just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Late on that fastball.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increases.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. Our starter in this one, Kevin Gausman.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right, and this guy's an exception. The other way. Whips it to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's a Mets lineup now. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Ronnie Mauricio now. In the air, left field, down the line. Schneider puts it away, and there's 2 down.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
Slice down the right side. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Down in order go the Mets. We played an inning, no score. Back here at Citi Field, top of the second, and now the right fielder, George Springer. In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball. That just misses, and that's ball 3.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Tapped in front of the plate. Fires over to first, and quickly one away in the second. So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Left field, and that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. Runner holds at second, so another base hit could get us the first run of the game.
Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Alejandro Kirk getting ready to hit. Headed towards the corner, and that's a fair ball. In comes the run from second. Not in time, it's a double.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. 1 out, runner at second. Now it's the DH, Nathan Lucas.
Ball 2.
Squirts away a little bit. One out and a runner at second. And that's downstairs. And the count is 3-1. That one fouled off. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Mauricio pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Batting 8th, center fielder Dalton Varsho.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Oh, and he hit him.
That ball hit him.
Well, a few things can go wrong when you are delivering a pitch. That grip, slip out of your hand, release point, wind up, all of those things. And I think it's safe to say at least one of those, if not more than one, got away from him.
Now, Davis Schneider.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Off the mark there, and it's 3-2. Kirk, the lead runner, out at second. Varsho on at first with 2 down. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
2 outs, bases full. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. And the count 1-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. And that one upstairs. Line, and that's a base hit. 1 run's in. Here's the throw. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they're up by 3.
That's all he needed, just a stop. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
First and second, 2 outs. Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Just missed. And the 3-1. And that'll load the bases.
So here we go again with the walks. It's been a real struggle finding the zone for him in the past. Now, even if they get out of this jam, these walks add pressure and stress to the entire team.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Number 26 will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. A new pitcher in the game, Luke Weaver.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So they're all loaded up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now singing. He's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch.
Simeon, toss over to first. And Guerrero is set down. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 3 runs for them here, and they move ahead. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Blue Jays 3, and the Mets nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's Juan Soto.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Feeling for the dugout, and it's caught. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Just missed. One down, base is empty. And that's off the outside edge. 3-1. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Schneider hauls it in, 2 away. Digging in, Francisco Alvarez. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Two outs, runner at first. And stepping in for New York, Adolis Garcia.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Alvarez off of first with 2 away. Swing at a high fly ball right field. Dives and makes the catch.
Great diving catch to end the inning. That'll fire up the dugout for sure. Time to go swing it.
Back here in Queens, all set for the start of the inning. And the batter now, George Springer.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a ball and 2 strikes. And down on strikes. And there's 1 down.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect. And halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
One down, base is empty. A little out front there as he swings through
1
it.
ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Just missed. 2 outs, base is empty. On the ground. What a stop. To his knee, the throw, and that's a great play for the out.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Now it's Marcus Semien. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position. And that's what he does. The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Varsho sizing this one up. Makes the grab, 1 away.
First baseman, Ryan.
And next for the Mets, Ryan Clifford. That's to third. Barker tosses to first. Got the out.
Good sinker low in the zone right there, and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground. Nice ground out.
Back to the top of the lineup, Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. 2 down, nobody on. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. So up next for New York, Ronnie Mauricio. Next offering upstairs.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Foul ball. Lindor off of first with 2 away.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Foul tip into the mitt, struck him out. 1 hit, 1 left. 3 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Mets nothing. Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the 4th, Reed Garrett.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking
To the swing and the miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one
Touchdown.
cutting but missing down low.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And the 2-2. He goes down looking.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired.
That one fouled hard the other way. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Alvarez gathers, throws to first. That completes the strikeout, inning over. Back here at Citi Field, bottom four, Bo Bichette up to the dish. Outside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Louis Varland getting loose out there. Little getting cranked up as well. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And misses inside. That to right. Springer there makes the catch, and there's one down.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play, and it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold on to it after contact.
And that one is downstairs, and that's ball 2. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules?
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
2 strikes.
That or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher?
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Nothing doing for the Mets. They trail in this one 3-0. We go to the top of the 5th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Ernie Clement. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. Here's a 1-2. In the air, right field.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. The flip, one at second. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, an aggressive slide at second base, but it was legal. I like it because you're trying to break up the double play, and it looked like the slide impacted the throw a little bit. Nice job by the base runner.
And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Runner on the goal. Count and miss. Throw to second.
Well, you can get away a little bit with not being so accurate when you've got such a great arm and you get rid of it quickly, and that's what happened right there. He made up for the lack of accuracy with excellent velocity. Nice job with the catch and throw right there.
Swings and misses, and a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, but they lead at 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez. Next offering is down low. Fastball for a strike. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Varsho makes the play, and there's one away.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
One down, base is empty. On the corner for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And there's a rocket into the outfield, and that's going to get into the corner. Makes the turn and heads for second. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Here is Marcus Semien. Fouled off. He was late. Line drive. That's a base hit out into left center field. Now a long throw home. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. And it's now a 2-run game.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Kevin Gausman makes way. Gave him a good effort as he exits with a lead. And we'll have a new pitcher when we come back. Brendan Little gets the call from the pen.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Ryan Clifford digs in now. Tying run at the plate.
Ball 2.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Step off. Throw to first.
No, he's in
Throws
there.
it away. Here's a 2-1. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That's outside.
Running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Semien, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. him out looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two outs. And a swing and a miss down on strikes. And that will end the inning. A run on 2 hits and they leave 1. 5 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Mets 1. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Zach Weiss.
Number 48.
Here's George Springer. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging, too. This one high in the air to left center. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away. So up next, Addison Barger. Seeing you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way, coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Two outs, base is empty. In steps the man they call Captain Kirk. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
This one in the air, right field. Soto makes the catch, inning over. Nothing doing here this half. 2-3-4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Mets 1. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jeff Hoffman.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Now the left fielder, Ronnie Mauricio. On a line out towards center. He's got it. One down. Bichette up now for the Mets. And there's a ball. He swings and fouls one off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Fair ball. Man at first with one gone. Here's Juan Soto.
And things could change quickly here with one swing.
With the tying run at the plate, and the home team trying to pull it out. Outside low, and it's 2-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The next offering misses, and the count's full.
Well, in this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Tying run at the plate, and the tying run is on base.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
Substitution now at first base. Entering is the pinch runner, Tyrone Taylor. First and second, one out. Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets.
Well, if he gets the save here, he's going to have earned it. Just getting through this hitter is going to be a challenge enough.
2 on, 1 out. That misses, and that's ball 3.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
Ball 4, he walked in, and that'll keep the line moving.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. You make the team earn their way on.
So bases loaded with 1 away. And here is Francisco Alvarez. So the tying run at second. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carried. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Runners tag up from second and third. He scores. That's a big sacrifice fly. It's 3-2. Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Jeff Hoffman is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. Louis Varland gets the ball now.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
So they're down to their final out. And stepping in for New York, Adolis Garcia. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. The tying run is in to score from third. It's an RBI single. It's 3-all.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
And now Marcus Semien steps up in a big spot.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And that one missing low. Movement in the bullpen. Sir Anthony Dominguez. The veteran right-hander appears to be loosening up. Rogers also getting ready. Trying to send this to extra innings. This to center field. Long run, tracks it down. And that's the 3rd out. They get 2 and draw even again. 7th inning coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Nathan Lucas. On the ground at first. Clifford takes it to the bag, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a hit, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat, especially when you're playing extra innings.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Next pitch misses. 2-1.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
There's a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
And that's a base hit. In to score is the runner from third. And it's an RBI single. And they take the lead in the seventh.
Just a huge at-bat right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
One down. Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. Runner on the goal. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Tag. Out at second.
Man, I see him trying to be aggressive right there late in this ball game. Try to add on to that lead. You know, I really like the thought, but it just didn't work out that time. Nice job by the defense right there to keep things right where they are in terms of the score.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Two down, base is empty, but one run across here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. And that skips in the dirt. And that one is inside. Ernie Clement waiting to hit for Toronto. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Draws the walk there. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
A great back and forth in that at-bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
2 outs. Lifted in the air, right field. Taylor brings it in, and that'll do it. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-3 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for New York, Ryan Clifford.
You got the number 9 hole hitter right here, looking to do whatever he can to get on base, turn this lineup over so the best hitters in this lineup have a chance to tie up the ball game or maybe even walk it off.
So the tying run at second. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, this situation with the runner on second, you've got to get him up to third. Think back up the middle or to right field.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Man at second. And fouled off. Swing, and he popped it up. Barker makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now that is left fielder, Ronnie
So it's their last chance in this one. Now the number 2 hitter, Ronnie Mauricio. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
Man on second, 2 down. Fastball for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
1 strike away. With the tying run at second here in extra innings. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
4-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.